The government is now preparing for the ASEAN Leaders Summit to be conducted in the Philippines this year. To increase the public's level of awareness, the government is set to release videos and comics features on the said event, which would focus on 6 priority areas, including the fight against terrorism and transnational crimes. More from Rocky Ignacio.
Malacanang has presented steps for the Philippines hosting of the ASEAN Leaders Summit this year. Presidential Communications Secretary Martin Andanar said 6 priority areas will be discussed during the summit: a people-oriented and people-centered measures, peace and stability including counterterrorism and transnational crime, maritime security and cooperation, ASEAN disaster resilient and inclusive growth.
As the Philippines assumes chairmanship of the ASEAN 2017, which also coincides with its 50th year anniversary, our stride is weighed by a sense of pride and excitement as we step into the century and the world hand in hand. Our ASEAN 2017 theme rings true. We are partners for change, engaging the world.
The Communications Office will start disseminating information for public awareness in the upcoming summit, such as video presentations and reading materials like comics.
In order to do this, we plan to have road shows all throughout the year. We will travel to different barangays all over the country. ASEAN representatives from PCOO will deliver talks, conduct seminars, and even distribute comics and other reading materials written in different Philippine dialects. This way, no one is left behind, and we reach those without access to the internet or traditional media.
Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Enrique Manalo said that the main objective in the summit is to come up with a binding agreement on the Code of Conduct in the South China Sea.
In fact, one of our main goals this year, in cooperation with China, not only Philippines but ASEAN and China, is to try and arrive at a framework for the Code of Conduct for the South China Sea by the end of the year. That will be one of our main priorities. And I think all of this work will be consistent with the environment that we're now facing in the South China Sea on how we can address the disputes, not only the Philippines, but our other members of ASEAN as well.
Manalo is not sure if the UN Arbitral Tribunal decision on Scarborough Shoal with China will be discussed, but claimed the Philippines remains its position for a peaceful resolution in the disputed areas.
Well, we certainly hope we will have a pleasant scenario during our chairmanship, but we will be guided by our national interests. We'll also be guided by the concerns of our ASEAN colleagues, and we will talk to China in a way where we will push forth our interests, just as we expect China will play theirs, put forth theirs, and we will see how we can discuss that. But certainly we need to have a discussion, at least an atmosphere which is conducive for productive discussion, and that's what we will aim for.
The Philippine hosting of ASEAN will be launched in Davao City this weekend. For PTV News, Rocky Ignacio.